if it's on your end or my end. Okay, yeah, may as well just get ready to add them now. Yeah, those are starting to gather already. Engine 176 to Sandy Medical. Prepare for briefing after storm. Ugh. Trying to get the back to pop again. Meh. Right up the ramp. Ah, man. Come on. No, I could go to it, but I usually don't like to wait. I do that until 10 till. What are you doing over there, local? Is that actually a parking spot?
Medic 1 will be 1076 to send the medical for the storm thing.
10-4.
Medic 2's returning to base.
Okay, yeah, no, fuck you. Saw that turn red right there, right after the other one. Fuck you. I'm done.
Medic 223 at base.
10-4.
Echo 19 detaching medic 2, I'll be 42.
Thank you for your service.
10-4, thank you for your service. Have a good one.
Echo 107's gonna be doing the same traffic.
Same traffic from us as well.
Indeed. Hope you had a good shift. Take care.
Med 11023 at Sandy Medical.
Engine 1, same traffic.
How you arrived here after me?
Because I started by playing nice and following traffic laws, and then since after I got too many red lights in a row, I'm like, fuck this, code 2.
Okay. No, I went go to like immediately.
Right, but I started before
Is
you,
that-
so I'm like, initially, I'm like, well, since I started up here early, I'll be nice and do it the right way, and then it's like, yeah, red light after red light. It's, okay, fuck you.
Type shit.
Yep. It was, the last one was when I was getting near the freeway on-ramp, and, you know, there's like 3 sets of lights right before you get to it. The first one turns green, and right as I'm approaching the other one, it jumps red right in my face. I'm like, okay, no. Fuck you, I'm done. Well, I gotta see Rai for a few minutes. Now he's abandoning us.
Now he's 42. I barely slipped 2 words him before he went 42.
Yeah, well, you're on the call with him at least.
Well, the call was the call, and there was the thing which should be discussed out of call.
Pardon?
FTO interest. I literally, he's like, I'm not going back after Storm. I'm like, oh, I don't know, like, He said that he's not going to be around after Storm, and I'm like, okay, then 2 words quickly before you go in 42. FTO interest. He's like, are you past 30 days already? I'm like, yep, yes I am.
Nice.
FTO stuff, and then oh shit. I keep telling myself that I need to deal with pilot license stuff, but I'm not. Didn't even start yet. For almost 2 years living here. That's fucking ridiculous. That is ridiculous.
Alright, well, I'm going to go ahead and close my eyes. I'll see you after storm.
See you, mate.
Foxtrot 75, 10-7 till after storm. You know, I don't actually need to quit. I could just log off. I don't know why I didn't think of that before, but oh well, here we are. I don't know, maybe it's better this way though. I have no idea. Let me get set up for after storm. I don't need to redo TeamSpeak anymore like I used to. So there's that. It's just literally rebooting 5M. Okay, I am going to step away for a quick bathroom break and to make some good old American hot dogs in the microwave, no less. Be back shortly. Okay, we back. Like I said, good old American hot dogs for the class. Enjoy. Speaking of, does anyone agree with me in the fact that if you like mustard on your hot dogs, there is an art to getting to just the right amount? Mm-hmm. It's too easy to get too little and too much. Way too easy. So when you do hit that just perfect mark, it actually seems to enhance things, in my opinion. It's like, oh, got it just right. Yes. Do you have a favorite set of hot dog toppings, Mystic? As you might guess from things you probably learned about me previously in streams, I'm very, very basic. Just mustard and ketchup. My mom was a big fan of the relish. Like, eh, bah. Chili and onions. Now, see, I classify chili dogs as a separate beast from your standard hot dog. Hello, Mari. Welcome in. In the inimitable words of Reaver, I came with the raid. I'd been lurking on you, but since I had to troubleshoot shit with Steam, I never said anything, but I had been lurking. How'd the Pokemoning go? Yeah, I was just getting ready to say hi, call you cute, maybe chit-chat a little bit more when Steam started acting up. So I'm like, damn it, I need to focus on this. What was it? There was one where I saw you switch to a Pokemon and instantly got downed. I was there for that part. That actually happened a lot. Okay. Oh, thank you, Mew. Homemade hamburger would be so good right now. Thank you, even for the thought. How about you, Mew? Do you have a favored set of hot dog toppings? Or you, Mari, if you ever do hot dogs? Oh, okay. New types you've never seen before. That's wild. Is what you've been playing the latest version of Pokemon? Oh, it's a fan-made game. Huh. Wild. And they have a type called Ohio. Just ketchup and mustard for you, Mew. Nice. Well, now I want them to have a Pokemon for every state in the U.S. A gun type. America! Fuck yeah. But yes, no, I also want them to have a type for every state in the U.S. if they have an Ohio type. And the Florida type has, like, it just does weird shit. It doesn't do anything specific. Ohio right flying type. So an Ohio right winger, so to speak. It's weak to gamers. Hey, Mew's playing Pal World. Glad you're enjoying it, Mew. And that was just another one of the games that just seemed like for so many people as a flash in the pan, they instantly just abandoned it. It's like, it's the one thing I do hate that so many people are like. It's like, oh, I'll play this. And it's like, no, it was a fad, so I just played it for the fad. Why? If you think it's just a fad, don't play it just for a fad. Play it if it's a type of game you like and a type of game you'll enjoy. It is an eagle. Nice. It's the most America Pokemon, I would say. Very cool. It needs a gun attack then. I hate GTRP, but I play every day. Well, hey, Bandito. I hope you're doing well, and thank you for stopping in to say hi. The seahorse is a water gun type. Nice. Why am I stuck queuing? What the hell's going on? There we go. This is the longest ever taken me to load in. All right, Mari. And thanks for ignoring my question. You have a good day, Mari. It's nice seeing you. Thank you for the raid. Bandito, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Croco Collective. I hope you are having a good 4th. If you're American and celebrate the 4th. I asked you if you ever eat hot dogs, if you have favorite hot dog toppings, Mari, since we're talking hot dogs, because America, 4th of July. Yes. Hot dogs. You'll eat them at IKEA? Alright, well, what's your topping of choice at IKEA? Basic mustard, captioned fried onions, pickles, mustard, fried onions, and more fried onions in a cup. Wow. All right then. Would you like a hot dog with the rest of that, Mari? Right, the hot dog is optional. It sure sounds like it. All right. Feel free to go back to your murdering now, Mari. Thank you for answering the question. I'm sure you have a knife or two already at your disposal. Feel free to use them. Unless they're already busy and assigned to other Germans. I mean, you're the one who threatens fellow Germans with the knife. Ah, we're going to take forever to load in, aren't we? Looks like they did updates again. Which is nice, but for those of us with old, slow computers and or internet, ugh. The English and Danes. Okay, so we're back to conquering. Got it. Ah, Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Nice. Enjoy. Well, the new palace, I was like, oh, neat looking fish. It then pulled out its hidden pistol and shot at me for looking. It reminded me of some locals in GTA. Nice. I love it. Love it, Mew. Oh, great. It's this guy saying it's this guy. Hey, Prom. How you doing? I hope you're having a good 4th, Mr. Prometheus. It is good to see you and have you stop by. Thank you for doing that. Yeah, I've of course been following the Discord, Prom. I am sorry that you're running into some of the worst role players we got. You had a good run there where you were really, talking up the role play you were getting, so I'm glad you had a good run. But yeah, unfortunately, this and any server does seem to go in up and down waves where, yeah, it almost seems like the bad ones collect for a time, and then you just can't seem to avoid them. But, hang in there and fingers crossed it is just a little wave and you get past it. Right, right. Yeah, like I said, I've been following along in the Discord. Yeah, so like I said, I'm keeping my fingers crossed for you that it's just a little mini wave and it will be over soon. And things will start getting better again for you on all facets and all directions. A, my PC is slow. B, my internet can be slow. C, they must have added some updates with the storm. So yeah, I've been lucky, Prom. I mean, the only problem I generally see with being Sapphire is the occasional person who doesn't respond to the prompts we give when we're trying to give the medical role play. Like, I I don't want to blame them because I know, as I've said to others before, conflict roleplay and bad things happening can hit and impact a player harder than good things. And obviously, when you're dealing with conflict roleplay, some people do have that W mentality you mentioned, and they kind of shut down some and don't seem to want to give the roleplay because they're mad. The infamous they're molding. I don't want to say it that way, but that's what it comes to the core of it. And you sit there and you prompt them, and it takes forever for them to respond. And you can just get this sense that they're not happy, and it's like, okay, dude, I'm sorry things didn't go your way, but you kind of have to remember it's a game, and on either side, cop, crim, civ, things aren't always going to go your way, and things are going to happen. Try to roll with it. Try not to let it affect you, and give the role play and the prompts back to others. It's like what April said in the Discord about her being a SAMS. She was basically being used as an NPC tool. I haven't felt that way in the field with Jason, but I have had to nudge some people occasionally, definitely. Like do the same me twice, 3 times. I usually haven't had to go to the OOC and say, hey, we do med roleplay here with me's. Can you respond that way, please? But I have seen others do it. I have seen others have to go that route. And I hate having to drop an OOC for that, to try to push someone to do it. I think I've had to do it one time, and it didn't seem a malding situation. It did seem like a very, very new player. I just had the sense that they were very new. But it's like, it's also there in the rules, It is part of the med roleplay that you're supposed to respond with me's. So don't forget your rules when you read them. You're supposed to read them when you join the server. But yeah, no. I mean, I've been lucky with, Sappher, remember, isn't directly involved in the conflict roleplay usually. We're there for the aftermath of the conflict roleplay, so usually things aren't directed in our way. Welcome back, Augie. Hope you're doing well still. Welcome to loading and repeat loading, it seems. It seems it's going up to the thing, and then it doubles back and does it again. So I don't know what the fuck is going on here. So yeah, we're definitely 100% missing briefing, because this has been taking fucking forever. May I ask you a question here publicly, Prom, about something you mentioned you're considering in the Discord? I mean, it's a little brief flash of a restart, so I don't know if it is an issue, so I'm going to just let it go for now. Have you decided if you are still going to try to pop into PD yet? Or are you still in the decision-making process? So let's see, it's on 29 to 347. It's going up 628. Let's see after it fully loads if it re-goes. Monday or Tuesday, depending on what I can get there. But honestly, the past few days, my distaste of the RP, I've been getting on Crim. I don't know if I want to be around it. Right. Yeah, see, it went back to 29, but it just zoomed on the redo, so I'll just let it go. A car update is what you're thinking it is, Augie? Oh, interesting. Being able to bait RDM and VDM on my criminal, but the cops could do it, so no thanks. We'll see though. Oh, man. Yeah, like I said, I know you've been running into the worst of the worst with them, and I am sorry for that. I personally, to each their own. You do not have to agree with this statement. No one has to agree with this statement. I personally do like the thought of trying to change from within, lead by example, but I know that's not for everybody, and it can be very draining to be around a toxic state. So I get that. See, maybe it's because of the time I play, or just pure dumb luck, Augie, but I haven't had that around me. You know, I have not seen that. I'm not by any means saying it's not there. I know it is. I know it is there. I have seen it in other streams. I haven't experienced it personally in server with Jason, so I know I'm lucky there. Yeah, I know I am. By no means am I saying it doesn't happen. I know it does. Like I said, I guess I've just been lucky. Right. Yeah, that's what I was saying where like I said, I do like the thought of trying to change from within, but again, I fully acknowledge it's hard to act and do so with that toxic society around you. It can definitely be difficult, so it's not for everyone. Not as a attempt to try to lure you to making a decision. Just a simple compliment, though. Win mentality aside, everything cop role players have to do, from what I've seen in both NewDay and TSRP, there's a lot to it, a lot to remember, a lot to learn, and the fact that you did it before in TSRP prom, kudos to you. You know, it just is an indicator of how intelligent you are and how well you're able to memorize things. So the fact you've at least done it once, props, man, props and congrats. Right. Yes, 100% Augie, 100%. And that is one of the biggest issues with cop players, it seems, in general. They want to do that cop shit 24/7, 7 days a week. It's like, make your character more than just a cop bot, you know? Bring them alive, have them be a real person. Have them get affected by some of the shit they do and deal with. Take that off-duty time and be a human being. Let the roleplay affect your character and make your character grow and be human, you know? Don't just get in there because you want to play GTA Online with emotes. Because, right, like Prom said, it's very tiring when you're dealing with that. Yep. Yep. Indeed, Augie, indeed. That said, I know Jason's on duty for Sapphire a lot, but that's because I don't get in server a lot. I don't play as much as I did in TSRP. But I still have taken times off. I've, had full streams where he wasn't actually in Sapphire for a day. There are changes here and there. Whoever go to get kidnapped, then role play with the kidnappers. Oh, exactly. Good God. When did I start queuing? I think 7 minutes after. It's taking almost 20 full minutes to load in. What the actual fuck? I need a new PC and probably new internet. I am hoping before the year is out, I get the new PC at least. That should definitely be a thing, at least at the latest by October. I will get my vacation checks in October, and I am definitely getting a new PC around that time. The internet is going to be the other issue. I really wish AT&T would fucking change its mind, but they keep saying that they're not going to do fiber in my location because it's an older section of town. It's like, well, we're also right next to a fucking hospital. Hello? Don't think the fucking hospital could benefit from fiber? I mean, I'm not kidding when I say I'm next to a hospital. The border of the fucking apartment complex is literally next to first a medical thing, whatchamacallit, offices, and then on the other side of the offices itself is the actual hospital. Foxtrot 75 is finally 1041 again, reattaching to engine 1, unless there's already an engine out there.
10-4 will come board. The briefing is over, so...
Yeah, I figured since I had such a hard time opening my eyes.
Damn, sucks to hear, man.
Anything of note?
Nothing to note, just FYI for you, Med 1 is almost 10:23 at 47 call.
Do you need any backup? Traffic control?
I don't think any traffic controls needed, just FYI for you if any other calls pop out.
10-4, show engine 176 RFD.
Medic 1 on C.
Government contractor to provide them fast internet. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Excuse the fuck out of me, local. The wild part is that the previous place to where I was before this was within about 4 blocks of the actual AT&T offices in this area of Orange County in Southern California. I fully admit I hate and abhor change, but I do keep getting ads all the time, flyers and whatnot for Spectrum. And one of these days I may look into, of where I live, Spectrum at least does do fiber and may consider changing. It scares a lot of people, but I would honestly say it's better than LA, in my humble opinion, but I may be biased. You know, it's like any place. It's got its bad places, it's got its good places, but overall I think it's a nice area. You know, just avoid the bad areas and you're good. Oh, okay. Huh. I'm glad you said that. Thank you. See, I've had other people tell me they have issues with AT&T, but all these people who had issues with it were outside of California. And me, for AT&T, the only, like I said, where I used to live, it was fantastic, never an issue at all. Since I moved, it's definitely, you know, the highest I can get is, which is always faster, down. I always forget which is faster, generally, down or up. I mean, here, it's not. Like I said, it's generally not, but in my area, the absolute fastest you can get is, whichever is faster, down or up, I forget, 100, the faster way, and 30, the slower way. So whichever is down, whichever is up. So it's 100/30, and that's the fastest you can get where I live for AT&T. Ah! I did not know they had the military contract. Wild. My dude. I am gonna use the water cannon on these fuckers one of these days. I do not need this realism in my fucking driving, as I've mentioned before. It's too much like fuckers in real life who do that sort of shit. Now, speaking of crim shit, nice cars always come out of that little alley for NPC spawns. If I was a crim, this is where to look for a nice car. Yowm. The fuck? 2 buses? Bus spawns are rare, and we got 2 within a couple blocks of one another? Wild. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, I had no idea about that. No, fucking misclick. I accidentally hit the arrow key. I wanted to repair it, not fucking put it away. Good. Engine was 23 at RFD. Where is his 47 out of curiosity? Oof. Down there. That's interesting. And he picked up a Proby. See, I was fucking locked in load so long, someone queued and I never even saw it. Where is Sierra done? Okay. And they're phase 2. It is starting to get hot here. I want to get the air conditioning on. Foxtrot 75 will be 10-7 for just a couple mics. Excuse me, be right back. I want to get the air conditioning on, as I said. Hello, lovely Bon Bon. You're just here in time for the AC. Be right back.
Medic 1 is clear of the latest 47 in the docks. Medic 1 RTV.
Who's calling? I am going to officially lose my shit over this. Somewhere, somehow, for those who aren't here as often as others, recently, one of those fucking spam call companies picked up my dad's name from God knows where, and they have the worst fucking shit ever because I want to find out what company it is and I want to get them fucking blocked. My dad passed in 1998, and it was literally, "Hi Connie, who's calling? Hi Connie, who's calling? I'm sorry, I'll try again later." It's like if you're gonna spam call with fucking auto software, maybe get it at least to work a little bit. Well, thank you for stopping by, Bon Bon. I hope your work goes well. So you can be busy as shit, but busy also means the time flies by. Always good. Always good for that. Okay. All right. Thank you for stopping by as well, Augie. I hope you have a great cookout today. And I hope you have a great day in general and a great 4th. Always good seeing you, man. Awesome. Good. I'm happy for you. Thank you. Foxtrot 75 is back 10-8.
10-4.
All right. How long did they make the scene over here? Oh, they did make it last. So we do have our mass casualty incident thing still going on. That's cool. Bon Bon, do you have a standard shift you work? If you haven't left already? Thank you, Bryn. Hope you're having a good 4th. Thank you for being here. Have a good one. $24. Jesus. Dun dun dun. To Thomas too. What's up?
Hello. How's it going?
Doing well. How are you?
Not too bad.
Nice, nice.
Yeah. I'm not sure we've met. My name's Jackson. It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I'm Jason Langley.
Mhm.
One of our probies.
Yeah, waiting for it's been pretty difficult for me to get one. It's my hours.
Waiting for what?
A ride along if I can get one.
I'm an FTO, so I can give you one.
I mean, it's if you're available and you want to.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure.
It's completely up to you.
I did just check. It does seem that there's 2 in the queue. I have no idea if you're first or not. I know there's someone with Andrew. I think he got them out of the queue. So let me just talk with him real quick. Be right back. So yeah, like I said, the one drawback is there's 2 in the queue, so I don't know if you're first or not. I don't have the ability to check that.
Yeah, no, it's all good. If somebody else is ahead of me, I'm fine with waiting.
Right. I'll pick up who's over there since I didn't see them show into the queue. And then yeah. if it's not you, hopefully someone else comes along. You know what, I'll just go ahead and pick them up.
Yeah, no worries. You do whatever you gotta do. Like I said, I haven't really been in for long, so if somebody's been in longer than me, it's completely understandable.
Stop for the PD.
Go for PD.
Stopper's gonna be staged down the road for the latest 47 call.
10-4, I'll advise officers to let you know when it's safe to roll in.
All right, so they just got a call, so let me just pick up whoever's in queue.
No worries.
Medic 1 is gonna be staging for the latest 47. You have made contact with PD.
Okay, unfortunately it was not you, so hopefully another FTO comes along.
It is all good.
I just saw a notice that looks like someone else should be along soon, hopefully. So, hopefully you'll still get picked up.
I'm not gonna get upset about it. I'm sure that I'll find somebody.
For future reference, since you said your schedule is like, does your schedule change from day to day, week to week?
So during the week, it's like I'm normally not able to be around this time. This is kind of a one-off day. I'm generally more of a open on the weekends type of guy.
Okay. Yeah, I'm usually not around weekends. Okay. Because I was going to say, if you can normally get around this time, I could take you for an hour, hour and a half here and there during the week. But yeah, if you're not normally during the week, then yeah, we're probably not going to meet much. That said, there's my contacts if you want them.
Like that for I'll go ahead and toss mine as well. What's that?
Take care, Bonbon. You have a good one.
Eat fire, or I'm assuming fire from the pantry bar, to be honest with you.
PD to Sapper.
Go ahead.
We're gonna be code 4 up at Eclipse if you'd like to roll in.
Go that rolling in. Medic 1 is rolling in.
Did
47.
Did you ever have a chance to do Alex's SOP class?
Yeah, so I did do the SOP class. I'm not sure if anyone got necessarily checked off for that, but
It certainly helps a lot. You are still listed as phase 1, so knowing that you've gone through that, you know, saves some time, and we can look at some other things potentially.
Medic 1 on.
I'm sure there's still some things that I'm gonna need like some time to actually get used to, but I definitely did go through that. It wasn't too long. They were making it seem like it was gonna be a whole lot worse than it was.
Okay, so, looks like the person I was going to pick up was basically out of time, just getting ready to leave queue, so I think I'm about to grab you now.
Sounds good.
we go.
That was indeed me.
So go ahead and you remember what your basic gear is and
Yeah.
stuff you want to wear and all that sort of stuff?
I gotta clock in first, though, I think.
Yep.
before I can do
Yeah,
that.
you do. All right, so it's Jackson Graver. We want to look at him here, see if we've got any notes. Did SOP training is the only notes. So we want to focus on phase 1 shit still. Which is radio communications, 31191 dispatch relay, understanding hospital processes, radio communications. All right, for those of you in chat, I'm going to be focusing a lot during the training, so I do apologize if I lose track of things. Okay, you got your radio, all your gear?
Looks like I do. Which radio channel or attack should I hop into?
Pardon?
Which radio channel should I hop into?
It's always you want to be on channel 4, and then you want to be on the secondary radio for your shared.
So when I open the radio, I just type in 4, correct? Just want to make sure I'm doing that right. You want me to put a quick check through?
Yes. You also want to call yourself 1041 using your call sign.
Radio check.
10-2.
E103 is now 42?
41.
41, sorry.
Okay.
You know, I'm a little bit. It's been a long time since I've had to use those codes, so it'll take some
Okay,
getting used
but
to.
you have done it before.
Yeah, no, I have.
Okay. So first and foremost, I already had an engine out, so I'm going to have to put my engine away, and I will be attaching to Med 2 because we have Med 1 out. So when I do the call, you're going to do the same, and different people say it different ways. You can say E103, same traffic when I say attaching to Med 2, or you can just say, you know, I am attaching to F75 in Med 2, however you want to say it, whatever's comfortable with you. Okay?
Sounds good with me.
Foxtrot 75 is going to detach from engine 1 and attach to Med 2.
E103, same traffic.
Let me just pull out the ambo. Be right back.
No worries.
If you haven't dealt with our mechanics here, sometimes after you've parked, you do have to pull forward and then back up to be able to get them to pull the ambos for you, or the units.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Did you want me? I know since I'm only phase 1 and I'm not technically supposed to be doing anything, did you still want me to grab like a med kit or a fire extinguisher or anything like that, or should I
Always.
leave it without it?
You always want a med kit. I would also suggest always have a fire extinguisher too, because sometimes we do fire calls or have to be on scene for them. So yeah, I'll go over your basic gear. Let me just get an ammo out.
Yeah, no worries.
I mean, maybe if you put out more Mystic, I could always put you first.
Should I hop out of the queue real quick since you got me?
It should have taken you out, I thought.
Let me check, because it doesn't look like.
Yeah, I see no one waiting in queue.
We're good. It was just seeing a weird message for some reason.
Okay. So, you definitely want your first aid kit. I would suggest a fire extinguisher. You've got your med bag on your back. I see that. You may want to consider getting a surgical mask, because some people do prefer having those. You know, if in case we come into contact with someone who might be sick, obviously. Those are the absolute bare necessities. And then it doesn't hurt to
Maybe one
also
one cat one.
have like a bunch of spare bandages, because we can give out limited amounts to people when they request for them.
Sounds good. And then you get all that from the same spot.
Mm-hmm.
I take it.
Yep.
Yeah, I just didn't want to grab them and end up getting in trouble for having them.
Yeah,
Shouldn't.
no. Now, like I said, those are your bare necessities. You want to definitely have those every shift.
Sounds good with me.
So you have done some sort of government services before. You said you did used to know some TIN codes.
Yeah, I used to be a cop back
Okay.
in the day in a different city, but this is my first experience with it here, personally.
Okay. So yeah, some TIN codes are different from city to city, so I definitely say refamiliarize yourself with them. It also sounds like, has it been a while since you were a cop?
It's been a couple of years, yeah.
Ooh,
Like
a
maybe
couple
2.
years. Wow. Okay.
Like I said, it's been a minute, that's for sure.
Just got the craving to do it again, I guess.
Yeah, so my wife decided to go back and do her nursing that she has always been having a passion for. So she got hired down at Pillbox, and she's doing that. And seeing her do all that, it kind of made me miss being a first responder. So
Okay, very cool.
I decided to throw in an application at the job fair after talking with a couple of you guys. And that's kind of it, really, to be honest with you. So now I've got first aid kit, fire extinguisher. Should be good.
Like I said, you could consider some bandages to hand out to people, also potentially for your own use if necessary. And yeah, maybe a surgical mask. That's up to you.
I'll definitely grab some big things.
So, what did her SOPs covered? Was it basic first phase stuff? Because I wanted to attend one of her classes, but I didn't get to.
So yeah. Going through some of the policies.
Oh, kind of having a little bit of a hard time hearing you right now.
Can you hear me better now?
Yeah, there you go.
So it was more of like going through some of the policies and stuff. Not all of them, but there was going over, I think it was HR 104. That was one of the big ones she wanted us to go and try and learn about.
Okay, it's an important one.
Like going over consent and implied consent. Not really too much about the MDT or anything like that, but going over the information release, when we should and shouldn't And then it was kind of just about
Medic 1 RTB.
what we do along with the
10-4.
other departments, how we interact with them and help them.
Okay. So, did you get to tour any of the facilities?
Tour any of them? No, this is the only one that I've actually been through.
Okay. So to give you the rundown, the base things you want to cover in Phase 3 are the dispatch system, handling and responding to 311 and 911 calls, your hospital processes, which that's part of what you went over, but you can also get tours of it. And then just your general radio communications, like such as being clear and when to communicate your arrival, departure, that sort of stuff. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
As far as any sort of medical issues, you'll be observing. You won't be hands-on in Phase 1. That comes later.
It's completely understandable.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't want to get anybody hurt or do the wrong thing. So.
Right. You can certainly ask questions if it's nothing life-threatening during the procedures, but obviously if there's something going on where I have to focus, you try to make a mental note and ask questions after, of course.
Nice.
Okay. Now that said, then, do you remember the 311 911 system and how to access the call logs and that sort of thing?
I know that you, I know how to pull it up, if that's what you're talking about.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. There's basically on your dispatch call log that you can access is the Y button to call it up, and then you can see like a list of the calls that have come through since you've clocked in. Do you remember how to respond to any of those calls? If it is a call that's capable of being responded to?
Don't you just go ahead and click on the call itself?
So that will set your GPS and give you a
And then you call
waypoint
it
to
out
it.
over radio, right?
Then if you want to respond to the person, like, we don't really have a call since you've clocked in we could respond to, but just for example.
Oh, you're talking like the actual message to them.
Yes.
So you would do what is it, 911 or 311R, and then the code that's attached to it.
Right, the
And then
number
whatever
that the
message.
dispatch system assigned to the person, right, and then you can give the message, right. So like for example, if you look on the dispatch log, we see that Mia Torres went 10-8 as the last call. If you wanted to respond to her, you could use the ThinkPad for 311R 96, and you could just give her like a 10-4, That's not normally something we respond to, but just to give you an example.
Yeah, no. Completely understandable.
Right.
It would mainly be if somebody's like hurt, in trouble, they don't have anybody around them, you're just letting them know, hey, we're on the way.
Right. So like earlier, I think this is before you clocked in, we had a 911 call to Rockford Hills, and it was a respondable call, and they said someone just got shot, need EMS. So we could do 911R 85 EMS en route. Nice little simple message. Something quick, something efficient, something that just lets them know we're on our way. Okay?
Yeah, sounds good with me.
Okay. Let's go ahead and head out. You are familiar with this facility at least now, you think?
Yeah, for the most part.
Okay.
It's going to take a little bit more getting used to, but I did get a tour of the whole thing.
Okay. You said your wife works for Pillbox?
Yep.
You familiar with Pillbox then?
The lower floor, yes. I know ICU's kind of like upstairs.
Okay.
I haven't really had her take me through there because I don't really want her to get in trouble or anything.
Gotcha. Well,
You want me
you're
to
getting
go
a tour
ahead
now.
Oh, well, sounds good.
So, first and foremost, anytime you do go out on patrol, just to give you a brief refresher course, you want to call what unit you are, We generally don't use our call signs unless it's direct calls. Generally speaking, once we've attached to a unit, we refer to ourselves as the unit in question. So from here on out, any sort of calls we would make would normally be, Med 2 is 76 to pillbox, Med 2 is 76 to that 47 call, etc., and so on. If you do need to talk to someone directly, then you could use your call sign, like Foxtrot 75 to Echo 27 direct, and then wait for them to respond and then talk to them.
Sounds good.
Okay, so it's basically like you were PD. I'm assuming you had a unit number, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, same idea. It's your unit number, not your personal call sign. Unless, for you there, they meshed, which you're used to that, but here it's once you attach to a unit, it's the unit that we're dealing with.
No, it sounds good with me.
Okay, so would you like to go ahead and try to make our calls?
Yeah, if you want me to.
Okay, real quick, let's just go over a few of the most common ones, just give you that quick refresher. You know what 1076 is?
76 is on the way to.
1023?
Arrived.
Perfect. You also know what a 1047 is.
That's an injured individual, isn't it?
Perfect, exactly. And we want you to know the codes, but you will find many of us do use plain speak, but of course you just need to understand and recognize the codes for those who do use them. So frequently, you might hear someone just say something like en route to that 911 rather than 1076. It's just, again, it's kind of what you're familiar with and comfortable with, but of course you want and need to know them.
Yeah, just so you're not lost on the radio here, and especially when we're on
Exactly.
like attack channel with a bunch of the other departments.
Exactly, perfect. Then just a couple more, just for a couple simple ones. You know what code 4 is?
Code 4 is scene's clear.
Perfect. We did it earlier, so 1041.
And 42 is off duty.
Yeah, 41 is on, 42 is off. Perfect. And how about a code 6?
From what I remember, that's investigating. But
Correct.
That might be different.
No, that is the same here in this city. So yes, if you get a call and you arrive and you don't see anyone, you would call out that on location, but code 6, searching for the individual. Okay.
Sounds good.
I should actually ask too before I forget. How do you learn best? Are you one who learns best by example? Do you prefer, me to just give you the information in an info dump? Like what works for
The
you?
best way for me to learn, rather than like reading through it, is to actually kind of experience it in a way. Not like have me get hurt or anything like that, but being next to you and watching
Echo
you
27 to Foxtrot
go
75
through
direct.
it would be
No.
completely,
Excuse me a
completely
second.
fine with me.
Go for Foxtrot 75.
Can I ask what's here? 1020?
I am in Bay 3 of the North Bays.
Oh, okay, 10-4.
Did you need something?
Nah, I've been just going around RFD and trying to figure out where you are.
10-4. Yeah, if you didn't pick it up, I picked up Jackson's one of the new probies, and we're kind of going over the first phase stuff.
Copy that.
10-4. So yeah, there's an example of, like I said, we do use some plain speak here and there. So, okay, you learn best by kind of experience it and seeing others doing it.
Yeah. I would say that that's probably
Okay.
a good case for me.
So, would you then like me to go ahead and handle some of the communications we would normally do with what I'm about to teach you and show you, that sort of thing?
I mean, since I already have a little bit of experience with it, I can do it if you want me to. Like,
Okay.
if you just tell me where we're going, I can go ahead and throw the 76 out if you want
So
me to.
yeah, I was thinking. Well, that's the other thing. The next thing is, so we kind of went over radio communications 311, 911, and then yeah, understanding hospital processes. You say Oh, were you hearing me there? Not sure.
You cut out a little bit, so you might wanna.
Yeah, okay,
You
sorry
can
about
hear me
that.
though, right?
Yeah, no, it's yeah, I can't really put it into words so much, but I think
Mhm.
you understand that sometimes there's little issues talking of late,
Mhm.
getting your throat clear with some of things going on.
Yep.
Anyways, so yeah, 311, 911, you do seem to understand that. No further questions on that, or do you have any questions about that at this time?
Not at the minute, but if anything comes up, I'll definitely make sure to
Okay.
ask it.
Same for radio communications. Any initial questions about that?
Not necessarily,
Mm.
but if there's anything that I'm not comfortable with, or I'm not really clear on, I might just ask you to go ahead and do it so I can understand how to do it. If that is all right with you.
That is more than fine. And let me check one last thing here. Okay, so yeah, you say you learn best by experiencing, but a lot of the hospital processes are hard to experience without them actually going on. So I do
Mm-hmm.
suggest you definitely, any chance you get, go through your handbook and look through those processes. Like if you could take a glance at it now, I can run over a few of them. Like I said, it will be more instruction based at this time, but that's just because so many of those we don't really do a whole lot, you know? So if you can just get that open in your handbook and tell me when you've got it ready.
I am on the hospital processes page.
Okay, so you see one of the first things at the top is the
Yep,
medical
I
pager
got it open.
system. So, okay, see at the top, one of the first things there is the medical pager system. Have you seen or experienced that, like when others have used it yet?
No, not really, to be honest
Okay.
with you.
So it's exactly what it says. The use examples are if there's like a high volume of calls or patients, if there are specialists needed, like a spinal expert or morgue
Romeo 1
intake,
PD on tack.
Mm-hmm.
or if
Go for PD.
there
Do I have any
are.
units that could head to Romeo 55's position in Tatavian Mountains? Apparently he's just being rolled up on by some Vargos. There's going to be 2 on scene when I get there, but I'm a couple of mics out.
Hey, firm, we'll route some to you.
Thank you.
So yeah, even though that didn't concern us, we were usually a little quiet during comms.
If TAC 3 is available, can we jump on, please?
So that way we're not
Abram.
talking over each other and having a hard time listening.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so if you look, in the government channels we have, you should be able to see the pager system in there. You know where that's at?
Yeah, the Sapphire Sam's pager.
Perfect. So that's what that's talking about for the pager system. So, hey Andrew, what's up?
Okay, I wasn't
Hello,
exactly
just
sure.
FYI, you can have calls. My trainee just hopped off because unexpected circumstances.
Okay, no worries. He is phase 1, so it'll be observation for him. So I might ask you to assist, possibly, potentially. So just so you know.
Okay, copy that.
Okay, but yeah, we're going over like processes and the very basics right now.
Gotcha.
Andrew, this is Jackson. Jackson, Andrew.
Nice to meet
Hello,
you.
nice to meet you.
Okay, so yeah, I was talking about the pager system. So you see where it is in our government channels. So for example, say like Andrew is here by himself, and there's like all of a sudden in a 10-person MCI, he could go into that government channel and just simply put down MCI, anyone available to assist.
Fuck!
And I think Andrew needs some assistance right now.
I don't need one. I tried to jump on lockers here in the
Right.
garage
Right.
because you cannot climb on them. You cannot climb on them, damn it.
Mhm.
They're just too slippery up there.
Yeah. He's just covered in grease for some reason.
Yep. So you understand the pager system then?
Yeah, that's what I thought you were talking about. I just wasn't exactly sure. That's why.
Yeah, that's it exactly. Okay. So then the second thing down there is radio communication with SAMs. It is done over the Leo EMS shared normally, but there are times when, I mean, most of them sign into the shared. There have been a couple that they don't. So if they don't respond and you need to get in touch with them, you can use a 311 or 911 depending on the urgency of what's going on. The main thing you want to do with radio communication with SAMs is letting them know what you're bringing in, and not with a lot of detail because of that Privacy Act that you were taught. So basically, it's like, you know, generally speaking, Cat 2s, Cat 3s, and you understand the Cat system?
Yeah, it's kind of like how badly injured somebody
Right.
is.
Cat 1 is the worst, Cat 2 is somewhere in the middle, Cat 3 is the lightest. So
Cat 0 is dead, dude.
yeah, Cat 0 is dead. Yeah. So with Leo EMS shared, like if you had a Cat 1, that's the main reason you're usually going to call them and say like, hey, you know, EMS inbound with a Cat 1, you know, can you prepare? That sort of thing. Also, MCIs you might want to inform them about. Generally speaking, though, we don't generally contact them unless it's something major.
No, I mean that's fair. Like
Yeah.
you're dealing with, I would imagine, a bunch of different people with GSWs or something else that I wouldn't even be able to come up with a scenario. But I think I understand what you mean. To be honest
Right.
with you.
So yeah, it's just know that you can contact them on shared, but don't be afraid to resort to 311 or 911 if they're not responding on shared.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so there's the basics of that. Pillbox itself is the next thing. Generally speaking, the MCI is involved with PD. The 95s will be taken to upper pillbox. And if you have any doubt in your mind, always feel free to ask PD on scene. Hey, are we going to upper with these patients?
No, that's understandable.
So that's the main thing. Just always, if you have any doubt whatsoever, ask them. Because you at least know pillbox enough to know the difference between upper and lower.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, right. Yeah, lower is the base, you know.
Everybody goes to lower. for
Right, treatment areas, whereas upper is generally reserved for MCI incidents and that sort of thing.
Sounds good with me.
There's also a little information there about the hazmat stuff, if that comes into play.
Like radioactive hot dog.
Did he say something about radioactive something? Is that what
Yes, he
happened?
said something about radioactive hot dogs.
Radioactive hot dogs. Did somebody microwave a hot dog for too long or something?
It's a scene that Andrew had to get involved with like a week or two ago, and he's never going to live it down and never let anyone forget.
Haunted by the radioactive hot dog, it seems.
Uh-huh.
You
So
know, sometimes that's just how it be.
yep.
Just when some sassy dude tells you about some sassy hot dogs, just don't take them.
You know, I'll have to remember that.
Because apparently, one goosey law enforcement
Silly
officer,
goose
let's
of
say
a
like
deputy.
that.
Silly goose of a deputy.
Oh my god, dude! I just tried not to uncover what exact department want that, damn it.
I mean, he does have access to the IR reports. He could find it if he wants to.
Oh shit! Yeah, of course. Yep. Yeah, one deputy heard about some weird hot dogs, and she actually ate 2 of them. Later, she started losing her memory and feeling completely sick. And later, turned out these hot dogs were radioactive. One of them turned out to be double bagged and put in PD's evidence locker. So I had to inform one of law enforcement command that he needs to get full hazmat and get rid of this thing.
Yeah, it's definitely something you don't want hanging around with the rest of everything. Needs to be gone.
Okay, back to the general hospital processes. When it comes to ICU, if it's going to be someone in police hold, you're going to take them to room 5 and 6. Also in this area of the handbook, you can see we have various links to the ICU tracker, the ICU intake, and that sort of thing. Police questioning patients are treated the same as regular ICU patients, and as far as intake, room 7-8 is the multiple occupancy. And remember, don't update the tracker directly. It's right there in the handbook again. You just basically want to use the intake form itself. So you can look over those processes right there. Like I said, I'm not going to go into them too detailed right now. Just kind of showing you where to look at. Because again, this is the big phase 1 stuff.
Mm-hmm. Is that really the only place that you can find that link for the form?
I believe there's another one. I believe there's another one on the front page of the handbook, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
No, it looks like there isn't. I believe that is the only place for the tracker. So you want to remember that it's in hospital processes if you do have to do an ICU intake at some point. Now, the one thing I will go over is one of the important things is the visitation. We are allowed to take people up to ICU to visit others, but you must check the MDT of the patient and see who's on the list. And the person requesting access, you will need to ask them for an ID and be able to, of course, physically identify them. So if they're wearing a mask, you're going to have to ask them to remove it. And if they are on the contact list, then that person can be escorted up front, up to the ICU.
Okay.
Alternately, if the person is not on the contact list, you can check to see if the person in ICU is awake and willing to accept the visitor after you have identified the visitor and let them know who it is.
No, I mean, that sounds fair.
But other than that, don't let anyone in unless they're on the list.
Well, this sounds completely understandable.
So you'll also see, if you look at it, there's also mentionings of DOAs and doctor referrals with some links down there. So that's the general basics. Like I said, since you mentioned the way you learn, I didn't go over it too in depth, hopefully. Hopefully you managed to follow along with what I gave you.
No, as long as you tell me like what it is that you want to go over, and I can read it
Okay.
with you talking to me about it, that works too.
Perfect.
I just think that the way that I would learn best is
Well, that said, yeah, what I'll do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to go do a little tour of Pillbox now. And if you can, I'm going to let you do the calls and comms on their way there. Okay?
sounds good with me.
Okay.
You want me to call it now?
Yep, call it now. See you in a bit, Andrew.
Okay, have fun.
Sounds good. Med 2 gonna be 76 to Pillbox. Just like that, right?
10-4.
Perfect.
Sounds good.
Also also, in case an emergency comes up, there's a set of keys for you.
Sounds good. Thank you. As far as the secondary radio goes, is there one that you want me to hop onto?
You should always be on, to start with, the...
EMO, LEO EMS one, right?
Yes, the Elio LMS shared.
Sounds good. I just wanted to make sure it was on the right one.
Yes. Generally speaking, we always stay on that one unless we're heading for a call where there might be police activity still going on, and they say they will direct us that we are on such and such a TAC. We do not get onto TACs unless invited to.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, again, that's a case of where police will tell you. It's like, say we're staging to move in. They will say, you know, okay, well, scene is not cleared, please hold. You can also join us on TAC 2. Funny how that light should have been red over there.
You know, these locals are insane sometimes.
Ah, more than insane, yes. Have you lived in this city long? Have you lived in this city long?
Trying to put a couple of applications in for LEO, but nothing ever really panned out for that, so
Gotcha. If you
I
gave it,
decided to try my hand for Sapphire, and you guys took me in, so I'm honestly grateful for it.
I missed it if you said a timeline, how long you've been here. Oh, I think I'm having a little bit of a problem hearing you again. Yeah, you might need to try clearing your throat a little bit better. Pull over for a second. Can you hear me okay?
Hello?
Okay, I heard you say hello.
Is it better now?
At the moment, yes.
Okay. Growing pains. That's what I'm going to chalk this up to.
Yeah. Okay. So how long you been around the city?
Probably close to a year, just kind of around. I haven't really done too much other than, like, the local jobs, but I'm pretty used to the state myself.
Gotcha. Okay. Who's your wife, if you know what I'm asking?
Elena Graper. She's an LPN at the minute.
Okay. Don't think I've met her personally.
Oh,
hey, we got fireworks going on.
Yeah, we got a little show. Right in Legion. Look at that.
That's cool.
Happy 4th of July.
Same to you.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, she kind of got accepted on her application a couple of months ago, but she's been a little bit busy, so she hasn't been able to do too many shifts.
Hey,
So,
Dumney.
that's
Sorry I didn't get to
probably
say
the
hi
reason why I
earlier. I'm
haven't
very
met her yet.
focused on teaching. Okay, cool.
She also doesn't really like going and being down the alone when she's not really been trained too much on anything. So.
Okay. Yeah, it seems like Sam's has been struggling for a little bit with staffing, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, that is quite a good fireworks display. Although I think they should have called Saffir to have, an engine on standby.
Yeah.
Zoom.
Don't want anybody blowing up. That'd be unfortunate.
Let's find
I have
radioactive
a feeling it's going
snackies.
to be a common occurrence today. I just
I'll...
hope everybody's safe, Jesus. Dead 2 gonna be 23 pillbox.
Perfect. I didn't even need to prompt you.
10-4 med 2.
Okay, I assume you're at least familiar with this section of Pillbox, right?
What?
I assume you're at least familiar with this section of Pillbox.
Yeah.
Okay, right. Trauma wards, whatnot. Hello.
I wouldn't
Oh,
even
man.
have to say. Oh wow.
I don't know. I wonder who you are.
That's crazy. Who's that? Hi there.
Hi.
Fancy meeting you here.
Yep, I am giving our recruit here a tour of the facility.
You better watch this one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I heard you might know him somewhat.
Yeah, somewhat, kind of, just a little bit,
I'm Jason Langley, by the way.
I'm Elena.
Nice to meet you.
This one's better half.
Yep, he mentioned, I asked, he said he was married to someone in Sam's, like, oh, what's their name?
Yeah.
But
Just got
yeah.
out of surgery, so that was pretty cool.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
But
yeah.
I will let you guys get back to work.
Thank you. All
Us.
right. So in addition to the trauma centers here, we do have access to the garage. Garage doors do stay locked at all times. Generally speaking, police are going to park in here. We don't usually roll the ambos in here. But for your information, back here through the back garage door, this one's finicky. Give it time to roll up before you step out. Nope. Got a little bit of a spider on your leg there. It's like,
Back down.
yeah, that
I
spider
don't
was
know if it's
distracting me. Okay. Over here. You stand where I'm standing, you can see we kind of have a hidden recessed call button to call out fleet vehicles if we are needed for any reason here.
Sounds good.
Like if something goes wrong with it, and then also if you park in the area in front of me, you can get them repaired and whatnot. Okay?
Sounds good.
But yeah, generally speaking, we don't actually park in here, but I wanted to show you where we can get our fleet vehicles back there.
No, that's understandable. I would imagine it probably happens every now and then, depending on the call.
I've never been instructed to use it. We always park out front, just come through the front doors.
Okay.
But PD will go in there. These doors are also left unlocked. Through here we have a general waiting room with vending machines, but one of the things we're going to use as SAFR is here in the restrooms. We do have access to the wardrobes if we need to change. Like if we were here on a med call and all of a sudden we got a fire call, we could pull out our fire suits here. Okay.
Whatever gear you needed to get access to.
Yes, exactly. Well, we don't have equipment, but we have, you know, the clothing
Like
we
your
might
actual
need.
clothing gear.
Yeah. Okay, then, whoops. I'm going to take you through here real quick. So, most of these are labeled. This is like an X-ray facility over here. We've got operating rooms, observation room, MRI, got another operating room. These doors are kept locked. This is the one that you may need to come to someday, unfortunately. We do bring DOAs into this room, and this is where we would contact. We can't call time of death unless we're paramedic level or higher. But if we are in the field and someone is deceased, we may have to bring them in here to the morgue, and then hopefully reach out to someone to do a morgue intake. Okay. And a and a lab across the way over here, just the last place. Okay. We're going to go to main floor. This is upper pillbox. A couple of places we need to know about. This is just a consulting room, but here is one of the ones we're going to use for Sappher. In the supply room, if you do need extra gear, you can find access to medical equipment in here.
Medical.
Yeah, medical equipment is here for Sappher if you need spares or anything like that. You also have a backup. You also have a backup personal locker here. You'll have access to a personal locker in all of the medical facilities throughout the state.
PD to Sappher.
Go for Sappher.
Standard.
I'm going to be available for at least one suspect, possibly two, that have been
Can you hear me?
tased
I can now.
on Dutch London.
So that's fun.
Yeah, go ahead and give us a ping for that. Med 1, do you want to also route, or should we just take it?
You can take it.
10-4. You happy with doing the comms for this?
Romeo
Woody,
1, is she going to
the
want
only thing I need to
medical?
know is what I would call out for
Simple one
going to that.
is Med 2 76 to the PT ping.
Sounds good. Okay. Med 2 going to be 76 to that PD ping. Med 2 going to be 23 on that thing.
Dad?
Are they downstairs?
No, they're right there.
Hello.
Okay, what we got? Some loose taser prongs?
Gonna be one that's been tased once in the back.
Okay.
Or twice, I forget. I think I missed the second tase.
Okay, let me just see what's going on here for you, sir. You said in the back, though?
Yeah, affirm.
Afternoon. Jason Langley with Saffir.
James Jackson, nice to meet you. Also the Saffir.
Okay, I see some bruises on your head. Can you hear me all right,
That
sir?
was, yeah, good. That's probably from crashes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, what a really bad time to start raining. I was trying to catch up to you guys
Yeah.
and it just kept on sliding.
That fucked me up as well, so.
Okay, we're gonna let this take a little bit. And I do see that taser in your back there. I'll get to that in a second. Okay?
Mhm.
But what happened with your head? Were you like struck by...
I think I hit the wheel or something in like
Okay.
into the car.
Okay. Was it like a full-on hard crash, or is it just like, you know, kind of
It
a
was
bump
fucking
to it?
hit on the. It was at the vanilla unicorn. I hit the fucking wall.
Okay.
Of course,
Alright.
like. Do you hear me alright? Do I need to?
Yeah, no, I can hear you okay.
Alright.
Let me just set that aside. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and get those taser prongs now, but because you did hit your head, I want to go back and make sure you don't have concussion, okay?
Alright.
Okay, let me do the taser prongs real quick. Do you prefer like a countdown or just want a surprise?
Can I count myself out?
I mean, if you want.
3, 2, 1, pull.
There we go.
Fuck, shit.
Nice and easy.
Romeo 1.
Okay, there we go. Got a little bit of saline on that. Make
Are
sure
you
there's
all
no
good? I saw him
infection,
hit you on that
and
freeway.
got a
and
bandage on
I
it.
saw blood,
Okay.
You know, I was just seeing
So-
red.
Gabriel, why would you hit this nice man into the tree?
If it's
Yo,
all right
Cope,
with
you good?
you don't have any sort of
He's asking
history
if
of
you're okay,
epileptic
Rico.
reactions or anything
Oh,
like
he's
that,
asking
do
me.
you?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm fine. Are you okay?
Okay.
See, I mean, I'm good. Sorry, it had to be done. I didn't want to.
Okay, I'm gonna remove your goggles
Gabriel.
and do a pin light test, okay?
What did the
I
Rangers
understand.
do to you
Uh-huh.
guys?
Say again.
I was just saying, what did the Rangers ever do to you guys? It's fucked up.
He was chasing my boy, so.
That's true. It had to.
That's because your boy did something silly.
Yeah. I did silly as well, so.
Okay, you ready for this pin
We're
light
silly
check?
people.
Uh-huh.
That's why we were yellow.
Okay.
You need
I'll
my
take a primary.
glasses
for this, by
to
the way,
take them off.
if you don't
Uh,
mind, unless you want it.
Yeah, I did
No,
try to
you're
carefully
fine.
remove those
Awesome,
already.
yeah, I'll take it.
Mhm.
As long as Lucy gets her frying pan back.
Okay, just go ahead and follow that side to side as well. Okay,
I think I'm good.
yeah.
Accounting is wrong.
Just to be sure, the pupils are reacting normally, but I'm going to go ahead and give you the verbal questions too, just to be sure, because we always want to be safe when there's a possibility of head
good.
injury.
You're good.
What's your name?
Gabriel Garcia,
Gabriel. Do you know what day it is?
4th July.
Yep. Do you know what actual day it is, day of the week?
Friday, if I'm not mistaken.
Perfect. And do you know what state you're in?
San Andreas, Los
Perfect.
Santos.
Okay. Just let me take one last quick look.
I mean, I'm good, just like my head hurts.
Okay. I mean, would you like to go down to Pillbox and?
Nah, it will
Okay.
be good.
I will
Ice pack
say,
help
if,
a little bit.
hey, if you do feel the need to go to
No,
Pillbox,
no,
I
no,
would
don't
definitely
worry.
do it.
Don't worry, don't worry.
Like, I don't mind sticking with you at Pillbox for now.
Okay. Well, since your head is hurting, I would suggest it, but I can't force you. If
I mean, if you're gonna suggest it, like,
Yeah,
Okay,
because
yeah.
even though you pass the concussion test, there still could be something going on that we can't see or detect in the field. I mean, especially when you say your head is hurting. You know.
I mean, yeah.
Better
Yeah.
to be safe than sorry.
Exactly.
I mean, sure.
Okay. Let me go grab a stretcher, and
Yes.
we're gonna get you down to pillbox.
I mean, I can walk. You don't need the stretcher.
That is procedure. That's SOP.
Oh,
We
all
have
right.
to
Oh,
take
if it's
that.
procedure,
Yeah.
all right. Do your thing.
Why is it raining? It's disgusting.
Welcome aboard. Okay. Gabriel, I'm going to go ahead and get you over onto this, alright?
If you need help with...
Just gently get you laid down there and attached.
Oh, there we go.
There we go. Alright, you ready to roll, officer? You're ready to roll, right?
Yeah, I'll follow you.
Okay, Gabriel, if things start to feel worse or anything for you, you shout out and let me know immediately, okay?
Alright.
All good back there.
You want to call it?
Yep.
Med 276 to pillbox 147.
So normally we would describe it as what cat they are. In his case, he would be a cat 3.
Oh, is this trainee?
Yes.
Yes, I am.
Oh, their first day or?
Yeah, this is my first shift.
Oh, good luck. Good luck.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, sorry we had to meet this way, Gabriel. Hope we have a better
No
day.
worries, you're good. I mean, this is the only way I meet Cypher.
Well, it's what we're here for.
Hmm.
Oh, that
I
was
mean, it's just
interesting.
this rain that slipped my car.
I think you might have gotten away otherwise.
Maybe. I had like a long, big period, like where they were behind me, like big distance, but. When they start pitting, it's then.
Med 2 gonna be 23 at pillbox of 1 cat 3747.
I'm gonna bring my vehicle in.
Is that kind of like how you wanted it to go through?
Yeah, generally speaking, you don't need to repeat the cat, just the first two. The first time.
Yeah, I just wanted to at least put it through.
Right.
At least once, the first one.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, no, otherwise quite good. Mm-hmm. Did Alina have to go somewhere, or was she still here?
I think she had to think about something, so.
So Dr. Z.
So it'll be Dr. Z.
She might be back soon.
Do you want to wait a little bit, talk to the nurse? Or you want Dr. Z?
I mean, I'll take Dr. Z. I don't want to take cops' times and shit.
Okay.
The nurse is right here. Need her.
Yeah, she's right here.
Oh, is she?
Right.
Okay.
I'm gonna.
Perfect.
Dr. Z, stop, Dr. Z.
This is a handover if you haven't seen one, Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Hola, miss.
We have one Gabriel Garcia here. He was in some sort of minor MVA. Did claim that he hit his head on a steering wheel. However, he did seem to pass all concussion checks clearly, including a pin light test. However, he is still complaining of some head pain, so I figured we would get him down here for observation. Other than that, the only thing that was noticeable, he had a small set of taser prongs in his badge, which of course were removed and treated with saline and covered with a bandage. It's just the main thing of that complaint of still some head pain that we figured we'd get him observation.
Perfect. Sounds good. Me
Okay.
and Dr. Z will take a look at him.
All right. Good luck, Gabriel.
Thank you
Have a
very
good day.
much.
Okay.
Thank you guys. What are your guys' names so I can add you to the...
I am Jason Langley, Foxtrot 75 if necessary.
And Jackson
what's
Graver.
your call sign? Sorry.
Very good.
Foxtrot 75.
And
how do you
Jackson.
spell your name? Sorry. Hang on.
Me?
No, hang on. I just have a better idea. You said 75 and Jackson.
No, he
I'm
Yeah, I know he's
75.
75.
okay. Yeah. Mine is, would it just technically be Echo 03?
Echo
Echo
103. 103.
103. Echo 103. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, I got you. I'll I figured I'm really bad with names, so I'll just take a picture of who's on duty and remember.
Oh, completely understandable.
Yeah. Shit. Sorry.
You're all good.
Just let me do this report here, Jackson.
What was that?
Just let me do this report here, and then I will tell you what you can check.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Your MDT, and then, like I said, if you start to feel anything different, just come back in, okay?
Will do.
All right. Oh, all good.
Oh, sorry.
Door?
Sorry.
Thank
Oh, no,
you.
you're fine. All right, all good to go. You can check out.
Awesome.
Good.
What's your name? So I can add you to
Elena
my
Graver.
report. Huh? Sorry.
Elena Graver.
Gotcha. Awesome.
Thank
Sounds
you.
good. Are you the one that texted me about my eye or something?
Nope, that was not me.
Okay.
What was your wife again? A nurse?
LPN, yeah.
And is it ELENA?
Yep.
GRAVER?
Yep.
So if you look up Gabriel Garcia now, you should have my entry there that I just put in, so you can get a look at an example how an MDT report goes. Since you were on that call, you're allowed to look at that one. Normally, though, you do not look at anyone's MDT without their permission, but since you were on that call, that one's allowable.
Oh,
Echo 109 is 41, connection to that tree.
Yeah, he needs to listen to opening doors. Yes, indeed, Mystic. You did seem to be
No,
struggling
it
with
seems
those.
pretty straightforward, to be
Pretty
honest
straightforward. There's a template in our handbook. I generally follow that pretty closely. Everyone picks up their own variations of how they do injuries. So, yeah, it's just what you're comfortable with, but you want anything you did to the patient to definitely be covered and listed, especially if you do get to the point where you're doing medications, things like that. Any sort of actions you take, anything that you notice that might be off or you aren't able to address yourself, put down in like maybe the additional notes or something like that. Okay.
Yeah, no, that's understandable.
Okay, so if you want us to call us code 4 in that, we can continue our tour.
Sounds good.
Med 2 gonna be code 4 on that last med thing.
Okay.
I don't know if that's necessarily exactly how to do it, but
No, that was good.
Kind of winged it.
Okay, back up to main floor. Okay, I showed you where we can pick up additional equipment if we need it. Also downstairs, right behind the main desk, there was the computer terminal. We can actually clock in and off down there if you ever need or want to. So, like, if perchance you end a shift here and want to go 42 and Alina's here, you could take your unit downstairs and back where I showed you, park it there, and then just go clock off and change your clothes and then just leave with her.
Sounds good. Definitely good to know.
And for that matter, here is another clock-in station right here on upper pillbox if it is needed for any reason.
Oh, shit.
And then the next and last place on upper pill, well, not last place, the next place. Back here is we do have another access to uniforms if needed here.
So you got one on each floor.
Yep.
Sounds good.
There's the pharmacist for pickups if needed, but here is the place where if we're bringing like MCIs or 95s, this is going to be the ward we will take them to in upper pillbox, in through those doors and around to the right here.
In the big room.
Yep, right through there. So don't really need a tour of that, but just so you know where it's at. Now, there's the elevator, so we've wrapped around. Through here is the ICUs.
B109 is going to be 1041, joining up with the medical tree.
So,
And Foxtrot 5 is taking out medic 3.
10-4.
10-4. So in through there is the ICUs. I don't know if anyone's in them, so we're not going to actually go tour them. But this would be where you would take them if you are admitting them yourself and no one in pillbox staff is here to take them up. So you would do it yourself. And generally speaking, you're going to take them to room 7 or 8 to begin with, the double occupancy one, unless they're on police hold like you saw in the handbook earlier. Okay? Okay. Other than that, the only other place would be the roof, but the roof is only ever if you're going to be accessing Angel 1 from here.
Okay.
Medic 3 is going to be going on patrol.
10-4.
10-4.
Have a good one. Nice meeting ya.
Have a good one.
Bye.
I'll see you later.
Bye.
Now, to go back to earlier, we did ask them for a ping. Generally, when they give you a ping, you know, obviously we don't respond to that through the dispatch system. We basically, you know, once they give us that ping, we'll just tell them we're en route, or we'll first tell them, and then also radio in like we did that we're 76 to the Saffir ping, or the PD ping. So yeah, generally when they do it that way, you're not going to respond via the dispatch system, just over the radio.
Yep. Okay. So really, it's just when you actually see like a call from somebody else who's not
the 911s that come through. Yeah, those are the ones you want to let people know that we're en route, because generally, if they don't know we're coming, many of them are going to start self-transporting almost immediately. So you see that 911 come in that can be responded to, let them know. Also, if it's an anonymous, it is 911R, or wait, I'm always messing up how this one goes. I believe it's 911R, ANONOMW, anon on my way, and then whatever code that the dispatch system assigned to the anonymous call. That's the one that I frequently forget, as you just heard.
Yeah, I mean, it's a mouthful, so.
Yeah, but so we can respond to the anonymous ones too, to let them know we're on the ways for that also.
Sounds good.
But yeah, those are the big ones. The 911s from people requesting assistance without PD calling us, those you definitely want to respond to when you get a chance, because again, if they don't know we're coming, they're going to self-transport.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Okay. I'm usually 42ing around now. I do actually have a little time today. So if it's okay with you, I'll go ahead and give you a quick tour of the Sandy Shores facility. Sound good?
Yeah, that was fine with me.
Okay. So go ahead and call it.
Med 2 going to be 76 to Sandy Hospital.
10-4.
As far as your MDT reports, some people like being as detailed as possible. Some don't. So just an FYI, if you haven't heard before, Dr. Z is the resident local doctor at Pillbox, and he actually oversees all of the state, but he does have 2 local doctors also assigned to Sandy and Toledo. So if you do want to list them as the actual doctor delivered to, it's a Sandra Brimmer in Sandy, and I'm forgetting his first name, but it's a Dr. Odin in Toledo, but they're actually listed in our handbook.
Okay.
So again, that just depends on how thorough someone wants to be. Some people do just always put Dr. Z if it is taken care of by local staff, but that's your call.
That's understandable. It's good to know, just in case.
You have any questions for me at this time as yet?
Not at the minute. I'm sure that the more that I'm on duty, the more I'll have questions, but you've definitely been very helpful thus far.
I appreciate
you.
I am a relatively new FTO, just to give you, full disclosure. I still sometimes don't feel I'm the best teacher, but I do try to, like I did before, ask how someone learns best and try to adapt to their style.
No, that's definitely a good way to go about it, and I appreciate it. Like I said, I haven't had any issues with what you've been doing for me.
Yeah.
I think that you're doing better than you're giving yourself credit for. So.
I appreciate that. The main difficulty is because you say you do learn more hands-on better, is unfortunately this phase 1 is really the most dedicated book learning part of things. So
Yeah.
you just kind of have to prepare yourself for that. And all I can say is just as often as you can, when you have free time and you feel you might absorb it, go through that hospital processes page in the handbook. And maybe also go back and, brush up on those 10 codes just to make sure, you kind of refamiliarize yourself since you at least knew them before.
Yeah. It'll all come back to me probably faster than I expect it to for those 10 codes, to be honest with you.
Yeah, you've been doing great. You've also been doing great on the radio so far. Again, it's familiarity. We do a lot of plain speak. It's just, you need to know this stuff. So that's why we kind of enforce it to begin with, to kind of, use the 10 codes a little bit more. But yeah, we do, like I said, there's a lot of us who use plain speak frequently.
Well, it's okay. It's understandable.
Whoa.
A lot of bikes.
Med 2 gonna be 23 up in Sandy.
Copy that.
Perfect. I was just getting ready to remind you. Okay, this is the Sandy facility, obviously. We have a front desk reception area over there, and behind it, again, clock in, clock out station.
Okay.
Trauma wards in through here that you can use if necessary. The main SAFR pieces that you may need to use are down around this corner in this first room right here. Here is access to your uniforms if you need it. And in through here is our medical equipment, again, if you need additional pieces. And again, you're going to have your own personal locker here. Me personally, I keep a little bit of extra gear in each personal locker in all 3 of the facilities, just on,
Just in case.
Just in case.
Yeah. You never know. It's completely understandable.
Exactly.
Probably a good practice to have.
So, also, for some reason, we have 2 locker rooms, like within close proximity to each other in this one.
Well, whatever works.
Right over here, we have access to the units if you need them.
Sounds good.
Okay. And just an FYI, these are the most annoying garage doors in all the state. Frequently, no matter how closely you're looking at one, you're going to open one you don't want to open. So, yeah, you just kind of have to play with them until you get them.
You're going to have to fight with them.
Yeah, just so you know.
Well, that's definitely good to know.
There is also a small helipad out back. It's much better for Angel 2 than Angel 1 at this facility.
What's the difference between Angel 1 and Angel 2?
Angel 1 is a bigger helicopter that can seat as many, if I remember correctly,
PD to DOC.
16.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas
16 people in one helicopter?
Oh, she's a big girl. She's a very big girl.
Oh, I just broke the window.
No worries.
That's just unfortunate. I'll just roll it down real quick.
Nah, we can just go have the mechanic repair it right here.
Oh yeah, that works too.
PD to DOC.
Whereas Angel 2 is a smaller unit for 4 people.
Yeah, no, hearing that you can fit that many people in that helicopter, that's crazy.
It is insane. But the benefit for Angel 1 is she's very, very, very steady. Very steady. Hovers really well. great to rappel out of. Basically, she's smooth as silk, whereas Angel 2 is a squirrely little bastard.
Yeah, no, that's completely understandable given the difference in size.
So, considering how small the facilities are, and I think things are going smoothly right now, you can go ahead and call us 76 to Polito Medical, and I'll give you a tour of that facility as well.
Sounds good.
Med 2 gonna be 76 up to Pluto Medical.
PD to fire and rescue.
Send it to fire and rescue.
Hey, we're gonna have 2 individual, 1 down officer, 1 up suspect with multiple bruising from fist fighting. Can we get a bus down to the Vespucci Canals?
Medic 2, if you don't mind, could we take that?
10-4, boss will be en route. Just send us a pin, please, as well.
8-4 will send ping.
Medic 3 will be responding to PD thing.
10-4.
10-4.
Since there's 2 injured, if we need another one, I'll contact you. So.
Med 1, can you play backup since we're up north already?
10-4, however, from what I understand, they relayed that the injuries are minor. They're
No worries. I'll just have you
But
on
we'll
call
still do.
in case. Well, I'll let you know if we need you though. If you.
Okay, 10-4, then I'm standing by.
Thank you.
How long were you a PD officer before?
So I did it for about 2 years in a different state.
Still 2 years, that's a pretty long time.
Yeah, it was an experience, that's for sure. You never knew what you were gonna get day to day. That's some days chaos, some days it was smooth sailing. But I feel like that's just kind of the way it goes just about anywhere, to be honest with you.
Yeah, very true. Did the state you were in have different branches of Leo, or is it all the same?
There was a couple of different branches.
Which one were you with?
I was in PD, and I moved through both the narcotics task force, and then I eventually became a detective as well.
Oh, okay. Very cool.
Mm-hmm. It was a good time. The only thing I didn't really miss was the amount of paperwork I had to do.
Yeah, I've heard PD goes through a lot of paperwork. That's the one nice thing about our reports. They're a lot more succinct and quick.
I was going to say something. It didn't look like I had to write an essay for the report, so it's definitely nice to see. How about you, though? How long have you been doing this?
I have been with Sappher since, I think it was November-ish of the year before. Not this last year, but the year before that one. So yeah.
Copy that, and brace for impact with alphas.
Okay, we're gonna turn around and start routing back just in case.
You want me to call over radio? We're gonna go.
We'll wait till you get anything official.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm gonna head back that way just in case.
There's one.
Is that the same place as the Alpha came from?
It said strawberry, yeah. You mind if I go ahead and try to mark this real quick, just so I know how to
Go
do
for
it?
it. Yes, anything you need to practice, do it.
Okay.
Now, the one thing you will need to remember is get familiar with the roads and how your ambulance handles, because sometimes the route the GPS gives you is not going to be the best for what you're driving.
Yeah.
Let me take a quick look and see where that's at.
It's right off the store down on the south side there.
PD Saffron Chair.
Senator Friend Rescue.
Hello, are you able to have a bus staged for the recent Alpha?
Yeah, affirmative. There's one already ready to roll when you'll call that it's code 4.
A firm will let you know for shared when it's code 4.
Mid 1 is 10-12 for this Alpha.
10-4.
PD Staffer, you're safe to roll in.
Received. Rolling in.
A firm, we're going to be TAC 4 if you need anything else.
Okay, so I don't
And for DAC 4.
think we'll be needed on that. Just because we did have to reroute, I don't think I'll be able to get you to Toledo Day.
Med 176 to the Alpha location.
Not a problem with me. Like I said, I appreciate you taking me out in the first place.
Yep, yeah. Believe me, I'm well familiar with being able to find time when FTOs are available. Me and Andrew basically got to a point where there was only one FTO and we were both on like the same schedule. So he was a little bit ahead of me in training, and I just basically said, you know what, you take it all the time, Andrew, and once you're done, then I'll start queuing again.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes that's the best way to do it, to be honest with you.
Yep.
As long as you know that they're not going to get upset with you for doing it. But I think that everybody kind of understands at this point.
We have a decent amount of FTOs right now. We just honestly haven't seen the this latest Academy class queuing as often as the previous classes, interestingly enough. So I think a lot of it is scheduling for everyone.
Med 1 is 1023.
Yeah, I think with me personally, it's just a bit more difficult because I see people around more often around the time that we both originally got on. And like I said, it's just, I'm literally unable to be around at
Medic
that
1 to
time
Medic 2
more
direct.
often than not during the week.
Go for Medic 2.
Roll in here as well.
En route. Sounds like we may have an MCI, so good thing I was headed back this way. So again, you know, remember phase 1, just you're going to be observation
This
only.
is Medic 3. Are we needed for the extra, or are you guys good?
Yeah, you can also roll in. There's plenty.
Alright, no worries. We'll be on the way.
Medic 3 will be code 4 from previous scene, and from 36 to near, well, most recent PD.
You can go ahead and call our arrival.
What was that?
You can go ahead and call our arrival.
Then 2 going to be 23 on scene.
All units be advised, the trash is behind the car wash. I repeat, behind the car wash.
Assuming that that'll copy there.
It's fine. The female is being treated. The other male has 2 through and throughs, low vitals. I've cleaned and began packing the 2 through.
Who's worse off right now?
Yeah, this guy.
This one?
Yep. Last time I checked, the vitals were low. 2 gunshot wounds. I packed and cleaned them.
Can you hear me?
Okay, all good. There with this. Let's continue.
Hey, can you hear me there, sir?
Jason, I think it's gonna be all 3 unconscious.
Thank you.
Okay, no complications, all good. Okay. TXA, here we go. I suppose the chest seal doesn't hold it all, right?
No, they're breaking and blood is coming through them.
Okay, you can remove it. I'll clean it and try to apply a fresh one.
Yeah, this would be the third one
I
I've
just
applied.
administered some TXA, so the bleeding must slow
Hi
down.
guys, are we good? What's going on? Alright, no problem. Well, we'll just drag him a little way away from the rest of them so that I can take him. Right, buddy, we're just gonna come over here a little way. Okay.
Okay.
Ah, shit, it doesn't hold at all. What the fuck? Okay. I'll ask you to hold the pressure. Crap.
Gonna go
I
ahead
see
and
for the
try to
first time that seal will
TXA
not
into
hold.
this one because the bleeding isn't stopping.
Shit.
Come on, my dude.
It's really bad. Do you know their name?
Let me look and see if she's got ID on her. Cami Luciano. CAMI.
Yep, got it, thanks. No markers, nothing. Shit. I need to check something quickly. What the hell was it?
Yeah.
My dude, are you getting my Mies? It's on a hotkey, so even though the officer is downed, because it's on the hotkey, it can still register sometimes. It's not supposed to, but it can.
Only a little. Well, I cannot administer more now.
There we go.
Okay, I think I know what we will do. In that case, let me just try to give some atropine because there's bradycardia.
Okay, I don't know if you can hear me, but yeah, here's where we're gonna flush some of this line with some saline.
Ah, shit, okay.
Do you want me to
That's
take your mask
bad.
off?
Yes, please. And I'm gonna check.
Hey, Arsenic, how you doing, lovely lady? Perfect, perfect, perfect.
Okay.
Not anyone
Anybody
Jason
need another
murdered.
hand?
Wouldn't hurt over here. I think we're getting it
I
steady
would
though. If
didn't
you,
mind help here.
yeah, help Andrew first.
Darcy, maybe you will tell me more. I have thorax, I'll deal with it, but after TXA, bleeding doesn't stop. Chest, GSW. Yep, we have a thorax on the left lung, so I'm gonna do Dart first.
Yeah, is she conscious, unconscious?
Unconscious,
DOC.
bleeding, absolute bradycardia, higher limit like 40 BPM.
Okay. Let's try and get the bleeding under control. Once that's under control, we can try
DOC.
some.
I already
how's it
pushed
called?
TXA and it
TXA?
doesn't stop. And Seal doesn't want to hold.
Okay, how are we for doctors? Let's have a look.
Yes.
So we're
they
still
shot
just
Robbie
holding
inside the store.
pressure and
Right,
that's it.
let's get the dart done.
Yeah, I'm doing Dart
Alright,
right
lovely.
now.
Let's get that done. I will come up here and we'll get I'll get a mask on her face to see
This
if we
guy
can at least
keeps
get
losing his focus, I
some
think.
good O2 in her.
She was bleeding out of her mouth, just so you know.
Oh, okay, no worries.
I'll go
I'll
grab
use
the
a
spike
nasal
over.
one then.
Yeah, I think it's hemothorax, so we're gonna decompress, do decompression, blood should come out, and maybe there will be no blood in airways.
Okay, I'm gonna use a nasal cannula, so if there is blood in her mouth, I can at least suction the airway. Okay.
Okay, let's see.
If Jason was a serial killer, I think he would have gone after Eve by now. Okay, I guess we'll
Got a hemonemo?
Yeah, it's weird. I see that
Okay.
for the first time ever.
No worries.
It's
Just
probably just...
continue. Okay.
I could,
but she needs to
potentially.
go ASAP. All right.
Yeah, agreed.
Continue with the dart so that at least there's some air getting into that. I'm gonna-
Can you try BVM? We will try to inflate the lung.
Well, the thing is,
So maybe there will be some breathing.
if there's blood getting into the cavity, I'm worried for her heart. That's the problem. Okay.
Yep, and we have bradycardia.
Shit. Is it right or left side?
Should I go with atropine as well? I don't know.
Give a shot of give a shot of atropine. But really, she needs to go to hospital ASAP. This is something that needs to be gone. All right, this is getting to the point where it's beyond our level.
Yep, agreed. I'll just probably borrow one of you in my ambo to keep the pressure because seal doesn't hold at all. It's
Okay,
fucked
so
up as
we'll-
absolutely.
Tavi and I'll ride with you. You get in the
Nah.
passenger seat and I'll get in the back, okay?
Okay, I
Okie
think we're
dokie,
ready for
thanks.
transport here. Go ahead.
Could
Grab something.
Okay, you got.
I think this one was mine.
Wondering.
It's still coming out, damn it. Okay,
we
let's
are
transfer.
literally.
It's gonna be a mess,
we're only
but
3-4 blocks from the hospital. We would be stupid not to go now.
Okay, I don't know if you can hear me.
Yep.
I'll get you on that stretcher and we're gonna get you to the hospital.
yeah, okay, I'm putting it on spine board then.
Yeah, spine board's here. So Tavi, you hop in the passenger seat of Andrews. I'll hop in the back and I'll maintain the airway while we get her gone. Okay. Gonna have our ambulance brought up.
Yeah.
Hi.
There you go.
Sorry.
Oh wait.
Yours is yeah, over there.
Good to go.
You got.
What do you call it?
Sapper, we're gonna go upper, okay?
Upper pill
Upper,
box.
upper, got it.
So this would be
7576 to
Cat
pillbox,
2,
one Cat 1.
Cat 1.
Cat 1.
Okay.
Med 2 gonna be 76 to upper pillbox.
PD, are we upper or lower?
Wait, one, I can ask for you.
Sorry, thank you. I've got an answer. Thank you.
One is medic 1 is 23 at pillbox, 1 Cat 1. Medic.
Med 2, same traffic.
Lock
How
that behind
many-
you.
I'll get the door.
Thank you.
Absolute bradycardia.
Dr. Z, we have one unknown individual here. If you can find any ID on them, I would appreciate it. Otherwise, I'll ask the PD. They were in some sort of shootout. Got 2 GSWs, one to shoulder, one to arm. Both were treated by the Leos on scene before my arrival. However, I did notice that there was bleed through on both of the areas, so I did administer an IV successfully. Did 1 dose of TXA to help stop and control the bleeding. Also did a saline drip to help replenish fluids. No other injuries noticed. So if you can't get his ID, I'd appreciate it, Dr. Z. Sir, I don't know if you can hear me, but good luck. I hope you can pull through this all right.
Hey.
Oh, can you hear me?
Nope.
Yes.
Hey.
Is she okay?
I honestly don't know.
Go,
got her being
go
treated.
help her, please.
There's someone with
Please
her
make
right
sure
now.
she's okay.
There's someone with her right now. There's someone with her right now. You just
Okay.
concentrate on yourself. But yeah, she's in good hands. Can I ask your name, sir?
guys' ambulance.
Aquarius Johnson.
Aquarius Johnson. Aquarius, I'm Jason Langley with Sappher. This is Jackson Graver. I hope, you're okay, but yeah, like I said, she's in good hands right now. Hopefully they'll take care of her. I'm sure they'll let you know the situation as soon as they know. Okay, good luck to Aquarius.
Appreciate it.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm adding myself.
All right.
I need to do it on duty, yeah. So, listen, I need to get something for somebody, alright?
Whichever one that you had to leave the ambo back, it's gonna be in the downstairs parking.
Oh, great. Thanks very much. Cheers.
Yep.
Yeah, please. I'm just writing it down. It's Foxtrot 5.
Foxtrot 5 and Eco 109 will be attaching to Med 1 and reattaching to Medical 3.
Do you know what never ever took off with us though? Where like, when like on Top Gun, how they have like, Iceman and Maverick. I think we should, if you become a flight medic, you should get one of those names. I know what mine is. All right, I know what mine is.
What's yours?
If I wasn't going fire, I would probably be working towards that rapid response. But
Mine is a Sweet Thing.
Sweet thing. Perfect. Darcy, have you
Yeah.
met Jackson?
I have.
Okay.
Hello, good to see you again.
Hello. Yeah, many moons ago, a police officer called me Sweet Thing on a scene, and I was sick in my mouth a little bit.
Yeah, fairly
That's my
recently.
call sign, Sweet Thing.
Sasha is probably going to be crayon or something because apparently people have been feeding her like candy crayon or something. I don't know.
That
It's
just
like
doesn't sound healthy.
people. I don't know if it's like candies in the shape of crayons. I don't fucking know, but
Well, as
I'm not eating crayons. I'm not doing it. I'm an adult.
someone who does have my flight license, they did ask me with SAFA to register a call sign for them if necessary, and I went with Skydancer.
That's amazing.
It's
Every
because
little girl's favorite toy.
I used to do aerial stunts, so.
I thought you meant one of those little dolls that was on. Like a
Oh
spinner.
yeah, no, I know those too. But yeah, it's actually a tribute to a old cartoon that my adoptive father
working
introduced
that.
me to. There was a plane named that in the cartoon.
I was working that Pride event that Teaspoon and Bubba did like a couple of weeks ago, and they had an air show actually. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
They had like those old school planes. It was really cool.
It's something I kind of want to do. Get my pilot's license.
I keep threatening to do it, but nobody needs that.
I mean, I might try for flight medic. I wouldn't drive the plane.
How do you spell that bloody cop's name? Yeah, where is it? That's 2 hours.
Speaking of which, let me check something. Can I interrupt you guys just for a second?
Yeah,
I saw him for sure
Who was
shooting. I
the
didn't see anyone else.
officer who treated Decarius Johnson for the GSWs, just so I can put up my report?
Me, Mateo Kennedy.
Mateo Kennedy, thank
treated
you.
Aquarius.
Does she need
Yep.
GSR
Appreciate it.
cheering?
But how you doing, Arsenic? Hope you're doing well. Sorry, I didn't say that earlier. Been focused. Oh, thank you for that follow. I appreciate it. I hope you're doing well and having a good day.
Okay. I've done the MDT for Derek Johnson. If you wanted to read how I do them, I do them pretty minimally. I don't really do an awful lot of.
What's the name?
Derek Johnson. DERRICK. Johnson, regular spelling.
Yeah, I have it here. Yeah, that's pretty strict point, honestly.
Yeah, really. I mean, MDT reports are great and all. You know, we try and do as many of them as we can. If they're very minor injuries, I probably won't do them, to be honest. But since this was an officer involved and it was a shooting, I'm gonna try and do it.
Yeah.
I didn't do Moore's because he got beat up by a girl. All right. And to be fair, I think I've done worse to Morgul Gully. But since they have somebody in custody, it's a big scene. You know, it was somebody hit their alpha. Paper trail is pretty important.
Oh yeah, even if it's just bullet points, like, you know, paper trail's always important
Exactly.
for everything.
Because if this came to court in 3 months, I wouldn't ever remember being on this scene. But if I read my notes, I'd be like, oh yeah, I was here. Yeah, I remember that. You know, every year on Independence Day, people say to me, haha, you have to work on Independence Day. I'm like, if I had every single day off in the year that some country had independence from Britain, I'd never be at fucking work.
I mean, you know,
We gave you that
that's
Independence
not
Day.
fair.
We gave you that Independence Day. It's our gift to you. We're not that bothered.
And Jackson, if you want to look at another MDT report, my patient was Dacarius Johnson, Daquirous, normal spelling for Johnson.
God, there's so many Johnsons today.
I think they might be a couple.
Oh, I'm nice. It's not Pride anymore.
Like I said, it's a tribute to an old cartoon. Bionic 6, their plane was named
Yeah, I was kind of
Skydancer.
proud of that protective parking. I kind of did it like more on instinct than anything else. I was like, fuck it, I'll just
that was
put
good.
it there,
That was good.
and we can deal with it later if it's not what it was.
I don't know about how Darcy feels about it, but I feel protective parking can be one of the difficult things to learn, and I still feel
It
like
can.
I
Yeah,
fuck it up sometimes.
Do you know what, though? At the end of the day, all we can do is do our best. And if
Yeah.
the locals don't want to play a ball, that's not really on us. Okay?
They rarely do want to play, so that's the thing with locals.
Shit happens.
They're like, 1 second they're like, oh yeah, I'll cooperate, and then they're like, nah, I'm bored now. I'm gonna
Shit
shoot
happens.
you.
And if it does happen, listen,
you're
that's
fine.
why we
No,
had
you're
IRs.
fine. I was having my own issues. You guys.
Right, let's get back out there, guys.
Yeah. Oh, that looks pretty self-explanatory.
Okay, any questions about the scene or anything like that?
Are we gonna go this way?
No, so obviously, like you had done, if they're already
sorry,
like
sorry.
cleaned
Oh,
and
no, no,
packed,
you're fine,
there's
you're
no
fine, you're
real
fine.
need to go and redo that unless they're bleeding heavily. I would imagine, right?
Yeah, I can actually confirm something with Darcy about that because I want confirmation on it myself. The main issue is sometimes we do see PD uses packed gauze and bandaging on torso wounds, which should of course be chest sealed. And I always forget if I think you want to leave it once they've done it, but I'm yeah, may as well double check.
Shot. She was shot when she was caught. What the fuck?
We weren't there at the time. We don't know these things.
Oh,
we just
no,
have
no,
our
no,
word for
I
it.
just-
Yep.
I just simply said, yeah, okay, received, and that's it. I didn't tell things. Like, honestly,
if it's not medically pertinent, just don't write it down. It's between her and the cops. We weren't there. We're not going to be. We literally were not witnesses. So.
And she started asking name in case she would need it. She would need me to testify and stuff. I just said to her, if you're gonna request lawyer, you just lawyer knows how to do FOIA requests for this and subpoenas, and everything will anyway will go through command, and command will just pull it out from my from the medical record. That's
Just make sure that you
Since
note
it's
down that,
Vegas, I don't want to fuck around, honestly.
yeah, just make sure you note down that on the report that like I came and assisted as well, just so that's noted. I mean, she was unconscious; she wouldn't know I was there. So.
Quick question. Having a little bit of a brain fart, so I want to just be absolutely clear.
It's a bit better than a real fart.
Sometimes PD does forget and will pack and bandage torso wounds, right? When we see them do that, is it best just to cover what they've done with a chest seal?
Yes, please.
Right.
If it's already in there, don't go sticking your fingers in and raking it out. Okay?
Right.
Okay.
Let the cover up with a chest seal, because what could happen is there could be a bullet in there. For all you know, there could be something in there holding an artery together. So if we're taking something out that's already there, if the bleeding's not like crazy, chest seal it, and then let the hospital know that you believe that the chest wound's been packed already, and they can deal with it when they get.
Okay.
When they
Right.
Get
So
here.
just slap the
That's a
chest
doctor
seal
thing.
on top of what they've already done.
Yes,
Okay.
that's a doctor thing.
Right. That's what I thought. Like I said, just a little bit of a brain fart. Since I've got a probie today, I
Treat
want to be
it-
absolutely sure.
Yeah, treat it like any penetrative thing. So like treat it like glass in a wound. You know, if it's in there, leave it in there.
Okay.
Yeah, because if you take the stuffing out and it moves the bullet and it, was maybe maintaining it against a vein that is now, see,
A
it is now,
gushing wound,
yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
Right. Like
And
I said,
it's-
just want to be absolutely sure.
Yeah, it's better. That's better off dealt with in a sterile hospital environment. So
Okay. All right. That said, we're going to go ahead and head to
Let's,
RFD Jackson, and I'm going to wrap things up because I need to 42 in a little bit here.
No worries.
okay, I'm gonna get driving around for funsies.
Well,
Good
I'm
work,
gonna
guys.
back to RFD then.
Okay, all
Yeah,
work,
thanks
guys,
for
as
arriving, everyone,
always.
because it was a really fucked up
And you know
MCI
what?
this time.
That took that from
Even for MCI.
I wouldn't even call that an MCI because we had the right amount of people for the right amount of crews for the right amount of people. We were fine. We were good.
For me, 3+ is already MCI.
Yeah. I would only class it as a mass casualty incident if we don't have enough people for each person. So everybody had their own individual medic crew.
Yeah.
We were good.
I
We
just
were-
started getting all this critical. Like, okay.
I had a call once up at Black
Do we need to go
Lotus.
down? Do we need to go downstairs? For
Oh yeah, we
go
do.
down.
Well,
You want me to call it?
There you go.
Med 2 gonna be 76 to RFD.
You could also
We
call
got
us
3
code
down
4
for
on
me
the situation.
And we're gonna be code 4 on that last scene.
Perfect.
Figured it's better just to add it onto there rather than say it all again.
Yep. There's nothing wrong with that. Every now and then we all make mistakes and forget something. So again, any questions at this time?
No, I think the one that I did have just kind of got answered there. Just wanted to make sure that we're not. It didn't seem like it was something that we should do. I just wanted to make sure, like, if there's something on top of a wound on it, it's already pretty packed. Best just to leave it there and hope that the wound starts to clot.
Yeah, most of the cops are pretty good with doing it the right way, but every now and then you will find torso wounds
We'll be
packed.
before on the at pillbox. We'll be going back on patrol.
And yeah, done the wrong way by Leos, unfortunately.
Med 1 also code 4, but RTB.
So you want to look out for that. And yeah, that's why I'm one of those stinky firefighters. The med side isn't my specialty, so every now and then I forget little things like that, so it never hurts to have a refresher. And I don't remember if you were there at the big academy, but you may have been, and if you were, you might even remember Darcy saying, she's been doing this for 10 years and she still refers to the handbook sometimes. So never be afraid to pull it out and take a good look if you need to.
Yeah, no, it's better to be accurate with what you're doing than having a doubt and doing something wrong.
Exactly. Same thing with radio. I mean, if we had been on that scene alone and say Andrew wasn't on scene and it's just something you wanted to question and to address real quick, never be afraid to call someone over the radio and ask them, you know, don't be afraid to admit a fault you may have. You know, it's like what I just said. Hey, having a big brain fart here. Can someone remind me, is this the step I take? You don't want to say too much on the radio, of course, because of patient, you know, privacy. But
Mhm.
if you need that assistance, you know, you at least want to, you could
Make sure it's known.
potentially call them on a phone if you don't want to do it on the radio. But yeah, just get that help you may need. If they're too far away to respond and get on scene, don't be afraid to call them and say, hey, I got this. Can you tell me what I do, just so I'm sure?
That makes sense.
Also, I don't know if we're going to have any other FTOs around, but don't feel bad if you do have the time yourself. Jump right back into queue. Also, remember your queue time will accumulate.
Mm-hmm. Well, that is understandable.
That said, we can start wrapping it up now. So once again, do you have any questions for me, first and foremost?
No, I think that about covers all the questions that I've got.
Okay. How did you feel about the ride along? Do you think the things we covered you've got a good understanding of?
Yeah, no, everything I feel like I've done pretty well with retaining that. Obviously, it's going to come with a little bit of repetition for some things, but
Okay. The general call when we are detaching is first you want to call us 23 that we're at base, and then just detaching from Med 2 with your call sign.
okay. Med 2 going to be 23 back at RFD. Echo 103 is going to be detaching from Med 2.
Foxtrot 75, same traffic detaching from Med 2. We'll be doing a wrap up of our ride along.
Okay, thanks a lot, guys.
Okay, so do you feel good about all the things we did manage to cover? The what we went over with the dispatch system? Oh.
It's just going to be a matter of getting more calls, honestly. But I
Yep.
feel comfortable with doing the radio comms and everything. Obviously, there's going to be some things that come up that I might have questions for, but whoever I'm riding along with, I'll just ask them.
Exactly. And then again, you know, you said you learn better by doing and stuff, but some of the things in that hospital processes you're just going to be able to only do by book knowledge. You don't come across a lot of them very often.
Mhm.
I think I didn't do my first ICU intake for someone until I think it had been over a year before I did my first ICU intake. It was always, there was either someone else on staff or whoever I brought in was not injured enough. So yeah, that's one that,
Mhm.
you know, you're basically just gonna learn it by reading until you actually do it yourself.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. It doesn't necessarily worry me having to do that.
Mhm.
It's more of if I can, I would prefer to do it manually and watch somebody do it first. But that is completely understandable. I don't expect to be able to have hands-on training with everything.
Mhm.
Sometimes the old trial by fire is a bit necessary.
All right. Well, that said, then I'm glad that you feel like you learned something. I appreciate the kind words you had for me, since I mentioned about, you know, not feeling the best teacher sometimes, but I appreciate that a lot. If you are going to get back in queue, you will still have to call yourself 42 for now. You can't be clocked on while you're waiting. But if you
Mhm.
do have time and want to try to pick up another FTO, feel free to, once you clock out, just jump right back in that queue, and maybe with any luck, someone will pop along.
Sounds good with me.
Okay.
Like I said, I appreciate it, and definitely be a little bit kinder to your. I think you did great. I appreciate it.
I appreciate that. But yeah, it's nice meeting you. Nice meeting your wife. And
It was nice
yeah,
meeting
I'll
you
get
too.
this paperwork put together and let them know how I feel you did.
Sounds good. I appreciate it.
Have a good one.
You as well. Thank you.
All right.
Echo 103, going to be getting 142.
Okay, this is the boring part for all of yours.
10-4, thank you for your service.
So please excuse me while I take care of this.
Jesus Christ, was so fucked up. Thanks for coming there. Really,
Yeah.
I don't know like what I would do. And but you were like two at once. Mine is critical. Mine is critical. No, mine is critical.
When you
Like they were
mentioned-
speaking over each other, and I think they didn't hear each other.
When you mentioned that we might need help, we had already turned around and just said fuck Polito, and we're on the way anyways. So yeah.
Thank you very much. If you guys
You're
need anything,
welcome.
just go ahead and feel free to reach out. I am gonna go ahead and head out of here though. Might hop back in the queue later. You will see.
Okay. Good luck.
But you
Okay,
guys
okay. Have a good one.
a good one. It was nice meeting you.
Nice
Thank you
meeting you.
again.
Have a good one.
Nice meeting you too, man. Oh man. I honestly just saw for the first time ever when Chess Seal didn't want to hold at all, even after administering some TXA.
Yeah, I heard you murmuring that when you were with the patient, and that was like, whoa, that had my eyes widening.
Uh-huh. That why when Darcy asked for help, I was like, yeah, Darcy, come over here, because I will not ask Sherry to get in the back of my ambo.
Okay, picking up quickly. So we have a too long didn't read. I'll try to read some of this out so you guys won't be too bored. Swarm experiences Leo understands sensing codes, just a little rusty in them, but seem to be picking up quickly. Due to radio comms, needed little to no prompting. Observed for 2 patients. Got a little knowledge on process involved therein. I think I will still recommend him for phase 1 still, till he just gets a little more familiar with things. Overall thoughts. No concerns at this time. And then they're also asking overall thoughts. Did you notice any issues? No real issues noticed, but I am going to put just needs a bit of refamiliarizing self with radio comms. Could tell you could have done them before, though. Calls attended. It was Gabriel Garcia. Which was report ID 3377. Oh, could you come here and pop me arsenic?
Also, I did something weird.
And what would that be?
I applied for a job at PDM.
How is that weird?
Because I wasn't looking for a second job. But I was like, oh, PDM, why not to try?
3380. 3380. Yes, I know, I'm up later than normal.
Oh shit, I think I'll go for patrol.
Why?
Because there is a July 4th edition of skateboard. For fuck's sake.
Go by Legion at night if you haven't.
So it would be stolen?
Huh?
Foxtrot 5 back on radio.
Never mind.
10-4. There's 911 call in Vespucci, near Vespucci. You want to take it?
The Goma Street one, yeah?
PD staff are unshared.
Fire rescue, send it.
Hello, we have a unit who is right next to the individual who phoned in the latest 911, just so you know if you're attending.
Medic crew will be responding to the latest 911.
Thank you, we're on the way.
Perfect, we'll see you there.
Okay. There's July 4th edition of skateboards being on sale right now at Backside Skateboards.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Arsenic.
And tomorrow they gonna sell some as well, but they're gonna open like at 7 p.m. Eastern, which is like no cool for me, honestly. I would rather try now. But damn it, I need to go 10-7 first.
Well.
Med 1-7 for 5 mics.
10-4.
All right. But yes, come here and get me popped. Please, Arsenic, pretty please. All right. Just the fact you're willing to try is something for me. And then I can pop you.
Med 1 back to Nate.
It's a quick,
Yeah, I'll go
easy
for patrol.
fix.
You going 42 after dealing with paperwork?
Yeah, when I'm just about to wrap it up. And if you didn't hear me when it's
Okay.
night, go by Legion.
Yeah, there's dude with cars. I just saw either.
Wait, what's on Eater?
Yeah, 8 minutes ago.
No, not the cars. There's something else.
Oh my god, what's up?
What, you want me to spoil it?
I'm going to Vespucci now, not Legion.
There's a fireworks display going.
Okay.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Understood. Okay. Okay, then I'm going for patrol. Gonna stop by, get a skateboard, and
Someone actually closed his shop
Medic
to
3
go
is
get
code
him.
4 from the latest call.
to get fireworks. You mean?
No, you know, Rain Salem Law. Cafe temporary closing. I'm getting me one of the Murica boards, all in caps. Freedom's eternally gift.
Oh man. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'll go then. There. You stay safe. Have a good one.
It's not too
See
late to
you
get your visa and come
next
across
shift.
all the way.
To get what?
Get your visa and come across all the way.
Oh my god. No. Stop it. See you, man.
Have a good one. Foxtrot 75 is 1042. You all be safe. Take care.
Okay, good night, Jason. Have a good one.
Thank you for the service.
You too, Darcy. Good seeing you.
Medic 1 is gonna be on patrol in Vespucci direction to get a skateboard.
We're already there.
This is why we love Darcy. Yep, no problem. I'll give you help. It's pretty much the guide covers everything. The one main thing, the guide suggests it for people who do DJ type stuff work, but I would say everyone can benefit from turning in 5M, not in GTA 5, not in server, in 5M itself, the RN and noise suppression off. Do that. I would recommend that. Because sometimes if other people are having issues talking, if they don't have that off themselves, that will affect you. It's not on your end, it's on their end. So some people are recommending it for everybody. So yeah. One of these days we need to actually get some more clothes. You know, something that he did ask Eve to help him with once, but she never got around to. You are welcome in advance, Mystic. Of course, I'll be wrapping it up fully when I get him upstairs. Also, this is the hungriest and thirstiest I think I've ever gotten him. Because I'm usually very good at being on top of that, but we had a lot of things pop off that time. God damn, who the fuck made these donuts? These donuts have the most uses.
Ooh, everything looks here like a potential fire, Coldars.
These donuts have the most uses I have seen of any food in the
It'll have to wait
server.
until after I've finished queuing.
Yeah, the slutty clothes are, yeah, a little too prevalent and plentiful. Although I was looking back, I was looking back on one of BP's streams, the infamous Rampage on Route 66, and apparently that happened like a week or so after a TSRP update where they had added emotes. And there was a little discussion before the Rampage happened that was going on in chat that I could make out in his chat log from the viewers. And one of the devs was saying, you should have seen the emotes we didn't put in. There was some emotes they found that were straight ERP shit. That, you know, of course someone out there for 5M stuff had put together. So, yeah. Because, yeah, BP had mentioned about, man, some of these new emotes we've got, they're kind of suggestive. And then immediately a Tarek or whoever it was in his chat was like, you should have seen the shit we didn't had.
Sure, we took the last one. You want this one?
Okay, we'll just wait and see if that turns into a call and it's not just a 47, okay?
Med 1 will be 76, just grab one for me, I'll pay back.
We can't, it's one per person.
Ah, for fuck's sake.
Oh, Tavia will grab one for you.
I'll grab one for you, don't worry.
Poor Andrew. Oh, he's covered after all.
Want my swap
Med
out?
1,
Yeah.
76 to 47.
All right.
Juan, I don't know if you heard me, and don't worry, I'll grab you one.
What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? Take care, lovely Miss Arsenic. And again, thank you to all for being here. Oh, hey, Phoenix streaming. I didn't get a chance to raid her the other day. We will raid her today. Please go give Phoenix a Croco Crash and a Croco High. And if for any reason you haven't followed Phoenix before, please do so now. She's a sweet young lady. Even if she is blonde. Yes, you can tell her I said that. And please join us, if you can, tomorrow for some power wash with the lovely Miss Mystic. Take care, everyone. Have a great rest of the 4th of July weekend. I hope it's amazing for you. Stay safe. Don't require your own real-life firefighter. Love ya. Bye-bye.